This course will be introductory course during the full session, and we are trying to help you out to understand that one can easily break some security, but it has some norms, and that security is called the perfection and ethical. More of it, some tools are built to enter cyber world to help it out by providing more security, and by the security measures we are happy to learn our lessons throughout this video. So please watching the video and up to the last. Thank you. Every day there is thousands of new hackers are joined in the community, and they are exploit the databases and exploit the vulnerabilities of a system, and that causes actually tampered with some data, that it can be including CVV of your visa, or it can be another confidential data, or can be banking authorities data, or can be government most secure data that can be used for also defense. So security not as simple as it seems. Number one point: easy requirements, tough solutions, and solutions also can be attacked themselves. That means a solution that can hide the vulnerabilities or change the settings or edit the codes for a website or some app, and that can also be a risk for itself if it causes malware inserting in it. And security policy enforcement structures as the targets. Protection of enforcement structure can complicate solutions, and that can be more compounded that mishaps with some web servers. Also, protection of informant structure can more and more complicated towards the future. Solution itself can be easy but complicated by the protection area. So, the brief theory can explain that we are facing a lot of mechanism problem in that field if we are not familiar with the beginning of that steps. So cybersecurity itself is a very big branch that can help people to stay alert, to stay safe, and to stay private. During a video call, we can also see it says end-to-end encrypted or end-to-end encryption. That means it is shown as the company or the policy and the main mechanism of the encryption system. One user and the second user, those who are attending a call or video call over the voice or the internet, the data that is shared through a port of the internet and company database system, and company never have the right to store your private data during the video call or any settings. That is the main point of that theory. At the meantime, we are also known to a process that is encryption, and encryption is what actually nothing but in some single sentences we can express it as that one process that can encrypt the confidential credentials or confidential data. Also, we can also refer encryption actually means nothing but the data must be secure in the main flow of the transmission, so that one person who sent the data or a message must be get is best of quality and privacy throughout the transmission process, and output receiver can get the data as much as private as possible so that no one can interfere in the midway of the transmission line that is too much desirable for being some human being. More of it, we can also describe hash. Hash is something encryption process, and we can explain it by an example. When you are trying to send a file, you can also check in the internet in the some specific websites that can generate hash for everything. It can be a file, can be some data. Every data has a unique number that can be 14 digit, and this data is generated automatically by the server of the system, and we can also generate it by manually typing in some website who can generate the hashes for some testing preferences. And that has, when we try to send a data, the sent data which is taken by some output or some receiver, this person too must have same has. If it is not, if the numbers are changed a slight bit, then it must, we can say, the data is interrupted or manipulated, and more of it in the general language we can say someone hacked into pathway or the system and manipulate the data so that the hashes number does not be same. So we must also remind in the first lecture that has is a very important thing, and we can say has is everywhere we can use, and in the main server system where one of the cyber security, the hashes is as useful for also downloading some content. When we try to press the download button, then has generated, and after the downloading file, the server again check it or web again check it by their port or gateway, and check results must be same with the previously generated hash, and if it is safe or it is the same, then we can access the file in our file folder, or if it is something different from the previously generated hash, then it must be corrupted, and the file we can receive actually named corrupted sometimes, and that's how the security system of a single policy including encryption is work. One of some example I can present you here.